has a passport? And who in here has used it? Congratulations, I have a passport and it's in my safe deposit box right next to my wills, because that's about as often as it gets used. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most honored guest. I had no idea until I joined social media how dull my life really is. You know that media site, Vicariously Living, VL for short? Oh, you may think of it as Facebook. I call it Vicarious Living. Word of the day, vicarious. Let me hear it. Vicarious. That is something enjoyed or experienced through the imagined experience of others. That describes my life. Until this spring, I took the biggest trip of my life. I went to Africa, Ethiopia, a whole new continent. I was going to conquer the world, just like that game of Risk. You know, you shake the dice and conquer it. Cool. So what's the first thing you do when you get ready to travel? Okay, I'm not experienced. The first thing I did is pull out my suitcase. I went into my closet, reached up in the back on this top shelf, pulled down this blue suitcase, hit my head down there, and a big puff of dust comes up. I look at this suitcase. It is on its last legs. And I don't know why, because it's the one I got when I graduated from high school. True story. I'm not making this up. So I'm like, okay, I get to go shopping. I'm going to go buy a new suitcase. And I made up a chart. I looked at all these different options, how many brands, how many features, and of course that most important feature for a woman, what color? It's got to stand out on that luggage carousel against everyone else in boring black. Now, I had to go in person. True story. I went to 7 stores in Phoenix. I wanted to lift them, hard side, soft side. What was the inside like and so forth. So I want you to meet my Travel Pro Max Light 4 with inset wheels, double spinners so they don't get caught. I have a 2-inch expansion pad. I have a thing on the back so they fit like it's flat. It does not get dirty. In olive green. And besides that, my favorite feature, extra tall expanding handle. I am set. The only problem is, when I realized I'm going to Africa, I'm taking a lot of supplies. I need big check-throughs. So I resurrected that blue suitcase, and you know what I went out and shopped for? Duct tape. I went and I packed that puppy full, and I wrapped it with duct tape, and it was going to last, and I put a big X on the top in duct tape. No one was going to mistake their suitcase for mine. And since I needed to, I happened to be at a garage sale where I found another big black one, duct tape. I knew one thing. Those suitcases were not coming back from Africa. So I made sure they made it. They were on a one-way trip. Now you might think this suitcase is not left home. I haven't used it. My daughter has, and it already has more frequent flyer miles than I earned in the last 3 years. In fact, not only is my life dull, my daughter travels so much, she's an international security risk because she's flown so many one-way trips to so many countries. I wish I had that problem. Now, here's the other thing. For years, I have watched all of you travel and experience. I mean, think about it. Tudor isn't even here. But imagine if Tudor could post, I stayed home 7 days in a row. It hasn't happened yet, but it might. And I didn't even know he wasn't going to be here today. So I finally make the biggest trip of a lifetime. I'm going to Ethiopia. It is my turn for you all to look at my pictures while I'm traveling someplace you all haven't been. Did anyone see any pictures posted? No, because the government of Ethiopia shut down Facebook for foreigners. They don't want terrorists using social media. So I'm on the biggest trip of my life, and I can't post one picture. It is just so not fair. Now, don't be jealous. But if you don't follow me yet on Facebook, you're going to want to, because I am taking a fabulous trip this January. I am going to the Garden City of Nacogdoches, Texas. True, garden capital of the state of Texas, population 33,000, just under Apache Junction. I'm going to be there for 5 days, and I'm going to make sure I post photos morning, noon, and night. And I'm even going to prove what I ate, because everyone always has to go to restaurants and post pictures of their food, like to prove they were there. Really? I trust you. I'm going to post these pictures. You're going to see what I'm eating every day. And for once, it's going to be your turn to live vicariously through me. Now I'm Toastmasters.